Hello, campers. It is Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. It is November 15th, 2025. And, oh, I am fired up. I am definitely fired up. So there's going to be a rant, and I'm going to talk about hair metal. This is going to make sense in a couple minutes. It's a general overbroad view of hair metal. Now, you may be looking at this and going, well, why? I don't remember the hair metal album from Black Sabbath. This is my response to a comment made about me and hair metal. Okay, so two things prompted this video, inspired this video. The first one was, so I did the OU812 Does It Suck video. And I'll put some of these videos on Facebook and in metal groups or, Ozzy group, Van Halen, Iron Maiden, whatever it may be, get some legs to them. Okay. So there's a Van Halen group that somebody put this video in for. And people went nuts. I might as well have said that Eddie Van Halen could not play guitar, that he had no business being in a band, that he should have been a short order cook instead, that Mary Poppins is a better musician and guitar player than Eddie Van Halen. And I think people would have been more subdued than these responses on Facebook to this OU812 sucking. People went absolutely nuts. One guy said, I like OU812 more than Women and Children First. Now, all cards on the table, Women and Children First is my least favorite Dave album. Okay, I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it just is. But even I was like, and he got people started attacking him. But even I was like, are you out of your mind? You're going to say OU812 is better than Women and Children First? That was crazy. And then another guy said something along the lines of, and the video, again, people got goofy. They were swearing, they were F this effing guy. And so the video is gone. They must have taken it down. Another guy said something along the lines of, you're a special kind of, this video went on for 25 minutes, however long they went. You must be a special kind of stupid to have watched the thing all the way through. And I responded with, well, you must be the first special kind of stupid because you just admitted you watched the whole thing. And people, and then they're going on these tirades, how can you attack Sammy and blah, blah, blah. And, I've lost all respect for Sammy Hagar. Absolutely lost all respect for Sammy Hagar. I think he's trying to make money off Eddie's death. But people went nuts. Absolutely crazy. I get it. If I went on and said which I love the first Van Halen album, I still think Fair Warning and Van Halen 2 are better albums. But if I went on and said the first Van Halen album sucks and, there's nothing good on it, there's only one good, really strong track, I totally understand. I don't listen to Women and Children First enough to say whether I think it sucks or not. I don't think it's the best Dave album. If I did make that video at some point in the future, and I kind of want to now, and I hope I do think it sucks after listening. I haven't listened to it in forever. Because, man, I want to post it back in that group and have these people go out of their minds. I get it. If it was the first album, I would totally get it. But OU812? People are going nuts over OU812? And I used to think that was their best album years and years ago. And I can't even defend it. I mean, my God. I'd even get it if it was 5150 or For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. But OU812? And you're going nuts defending that album? Some of you must have sat in directly under the power lines while you were eating the glue and the paint chips. Seriously. Mommy got to get you your Tostinos in the basement. You can go ahead and play Fortnite a little bit more, whatever video game at 55 years old. Because on Facebook, you obviously can see their profiles. These people were my age, or if not older. You know, this isn't like I was arguing a 21-year-old kid. These were people that are in their 50s. Absolutely nuts. You know, and it's funny too, because, again, you don't really ever want to hate an album, especially from a band you love. But it happens. I love No Prayer for the Dying. I have loved that album forever. I realize I stand on the hill with very few other people. Most people say that album is either in the bottom half of their catalog or it just downright sucks. Okay. It's fine. I'm not going to throw a fit. I seriously. And what's getting me going on this is it's adults. If it was kids, if it was teenage kids, 20-some-year-olds, whatever. You know, they don't know. They don't know their shoes from their gloves. But these are people in their 50s. Like, you know, and again, they're on Facebook. You see their profile picture and they got a family. And like, this is your... Do you have any... Either they have so much money they have nothing to worry about, or they're just... They don't have priorities straight. I wish I had so much money that my biggest concern was whether or not OU812 was a sucky album or not. And yes, it sucks. And Sammy Hagar is a piece of garbage. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I could not believe it. And I've done it like the I think Cinderella sucks. There are people whose opinions I value so highly. I keep in the most highest esteem that I have known for years and years and years, and some of them I've only known for a year or two, who are thrash guys, who are traditional metal guys, not hair metal guys at all, but have always said Night Songs is a great album. I'd like to like Night Songs. Why wouldn't I? It sucks. Album sucks. Band sucks. I was really expecting this kind of backlash when I did that video. There were a couple people who were like, you're nuts, blah, blah, blah. Still no hamburger things. I'm kind of missing that one. I need to go eat a hamburger. I was expecting it from that one, though. I really, really was. A couple people, a little backlash here and there, but nothing big. But OU812? You're going to the wire for that stupid-ass album? Oh, my God. I don't get it. What is wrong with some people? It's like saying Black Sabbath Volume 4 sucks. I would expect the world to come after me, as they should. OU812? Come on, man. It was crazy, you know, and it wasn't. And then, of course, there were some people that said, yeah, no, OU812 does blow and blah, blah, blah. But, God, it blew my mind. It really, and just... I mean, it wasn't like, hey, you're an idiot, blah, blah. I mean, they were really, some people, you think you need to re-examine your life, because if defending OU812 is your priority. Okay, and then, that has nothing to do with glam metal. That's just my rant, man. I mean, if your big priority is defending a shitty album, I don't know, man. Go start making those toothpick cabins or something like that. You need something to fulfill your time. The other one, the one that actually inspired this video, was somebody made a comment on The Elder. And yes, I think that album sucks. A lot of people think that album sucks. But, you know, okay, and backlash, because once again, there are people whose opinions I hold in the highest regard love that album. And I same way I feel about No Prayer for the Dying, same way I feel about Lock Up the Wolves. A lot of people, you know, a lot of Dio fans said after Dream Evil, that's it. You know, he sucked. That was it. A lot of people said after Last in Line, he sucked. That was it. I don't agree with them. I think they're wrong, but It took me a while to like Scream as much as I do now. I always liked at least half of it. I like the whole album, except for Latimer's Mercy. That album, that song, I still think blows. But there are people that, Scream sucks. It's, anything after No Rest or No More Tears blows. Okay. I want to like Cross Purposes. I wish I liked Cross Purposes. I'll still try listening to it, I guess. Eternal Idol, which I traditionally have not liked, is starting to creep up on me. I cannot wait for Born Again to be remixed because I know a lot of people love the mix of it. I do think it sounds like a demo, a bad demo. And I think when it's remixed, I think I'm going to really get into that album. Not always the case for me. Steve Harris hates the first Iron Maiden album. He said the mix is horrible. Love it. Kill 'em all. Think Lars is the one that hates it. I love it. Randy Rhoads hated the mix on Diary of a Madman. I would never touch it. But, I get it that there are a lot of people that love The Elder. I wish I was one of them. Kiss is a band that means a lot to me. There are albums that I think suck from them. I love Crazy Nights. A couple songs off that album suck, but I love Crazy Nights. Didn't always love Crazy Nights. I always liked the 3 singles. I thought the rest sucked. I've listened to it a lot more. I sent my buddy Ralph, as a joke, it's always kind of like every couple of weeks, here, Ralph, I know you hate Crazy Nights, put it up against another shitty album. And, doing that, I've listened to it so many times that I like My Way. I like Crazy Nights for the most part. I don't like Carnival of Souls. I know people like Carnival of Souls. I don't. But I mean, people go nuts. People go absolutely nuts. When I grew up, metal was my life. And living in Chicago on the north side, it was Cubs and as I got older into my 20s, it was the Bulls, the 90s Bulls. Couldn't care less. Michael Jordan could go wash cars for all I care. Could care less about any of them. I hate them because everybody gave me shit about not liking them. And, take your Ozzy Osbourne can go. I'm not going to say what they would say, but yeah, I think you have a general idea. I look at it the same thing. What's wrong with you? You think if something happened to you, Michael Jordan would come to your aid? God forbid there was some kind of medical issue. Michael Jordan would say, don't worry, I got you. All taken care of, nothing to worry about? Don't think so. I got an idiot that a friend of a friend. We were at college the same time. I didn't like this person in college. Then through our friend, we kind of got along a little bit for a while. And I love messing with Cubs fans on Facebook. I love messing with Cubs fans on Facebook. And this person is a diehard Cub fan. Absolutely diehard Cub fan. And to the point where they were at a play and my kids went to talk to her kids and she pulled her kids away. And my kids were little at the time. They were like 4 or 5. Like, why can't we talk to our friends? Why can't? Because of the Cubs. Now, that person, someone in the family had some medical issues. I don't think that the Cubs organization said, hey, we're going to take care of your kid. Don't worry about it. It's all taken care of. Bills on us. Your mortgage is on us. You got some kind of loyalty. I don't have... Tony Iommi's not going to come save me if something goes wrong. Steve Harris wouldn't even take care of Clive Burr's bills and Paul Di'Anno's bills. He sure as hell is not going to say, hey, Joe, something happens to you. I got you. Don't worry about it. People are goofy. So this one guy on the Elder video, he's arguing on how I'm wrong and blah 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 and this and the other thing. Also picked up on a couple videos and said a couple times that I don't like Rush. Yeah, I know I don't like Rush. God bless you people that do. I know I'm in the minority. I think they suck. End of story. But he said, how do you put it? I'm not gonna pull. I don't get you glam metal people, or you glam metal people don't make any sense. Where in the hell have I ever given the impression I am a glam metal guy? About 1964 to 1990, traditional hard rock and heavy metal for me. Not the biggest thrash guy, not the biggest death metal guy. I like some thrash bands. I like some death metal bands. Couple that would be thrown into hair metal. But when have I ever given the impression I am a hair metal guy? Classic rock, hard rock, I throw Aerosmith and Kiss and into hard rock, and then classic rock like Journey and REO Speedwagon, Kansas, things like that, and of course traditional heavy metal, Sabbath, Ozzy, Dio. I do, Kiss too could fall, falls. Kiss kind of bounces between hard rock and heavy metal. Iron Maiden, definitely the first two Crew albums. When have I? And the funny thing is, the one video that I really, when I dedicated to a hair metal band, it was to say how much they sucked. That was Cinderella. So yeah, it burned me. People maybe in the comments go, "Oh, he really got you." Oh, he did. He pissed me off. He absolutely pissed me off. But then I got inspired. Then this feller inspired me, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go through glam metal bands, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them and see, maybe I do like them more than I thought. There is one band, at least the first three albums, and you guys should know, if you watch my channel, you know who it is, that I do love as far as glam metal. Even when Randy was here picking her favorite bands, and she said Bon Jovi was going to be one of them, I was going to disown her. So what I did was, I kind of went through a list in my head of glam metal. Then I went on the internet, and I'm like, well, who's considered glam metal? And this is interesting because I have my views on who is considered glam metal for some of these bands. Ozzy came up. I'm pulling up glam metal, and Ozzy from Ultimate Sin came up. So, it gets ridiculous. But I did come up with a list. And all right, let's see. Let's see how much of a glam metal guy I am. Now, I got to pull up good old Johnny Boy Bon Jovi because, I gotta look at some his albums. Where's his discography? And of course, we're gonna start with Bon Jovi. And there's only some of these albums that I know about. But okay, Bon Jovi is absolutely absolutely glam metal, absolutely hair metal, glam metal, whatever you want to call them. And let's start. I don't really know. I know "Runaway" sucks. "She Don't Know Me" is a decent song. "Slippery When Wet." All right, let's see the track listing. "Let It Rock" is okay. Those all suck. "I Die For You," that's a good song. I will give him that. "I Die For You" is a good song. "Never Say Goodbye," that was our high school. I went to an all-boys Catholic school. They picked "Never Say Goodbye" as your prom song. I went to an all-boys Catholic school in the 80s, and they picked that stupid song. So, okay, two songs I like off that album. All right, the next one, it's New Jersey. All right, let's see. Track listing. And I do know, I will say this one I probably like more than any of the other ones. "Lay Your Hands on Me" is okay. I do like "Born to Be My Baby." I do like that one. "Wild is the Wind" is awesome. That song is absolutely, absolutely awesome. "Living in Sin" is not bad. Beyond that, no. Rest of it's no. Where's the other one? "Keep the Faith." And I'm not going to go any farther than this. I can tell you I like "It's My Life." The bet that his comeback hit. I absolutely do like that one. "Keep the Faith." This probably is the most songs that I like on it, and I didn't really like it. And the funny thing is, the ones I really like are the deep tracks. "In These Arms" is a great song. "Bed of Roses" is not bad. "If I Was Your Mother" is it's a deep track. It's a great song. "I Want You" is the best. I think that is my favorite Bon Jovi song. I'm done. Bon Jovi. So, the king of hair metal bands, Bon Jovi. I would like enough songs to be either a long EP or maybe, what, a 7-song album? Like an old Kiss album? Okay. Brittany Fox. And okay, so what else I did is Rolling Stone had like the top 50 hair metal albums. So I kind of picked bands that I heard of. I know some of you guys may say, "Hey, what about this band? What about this band?" I don't know. I don't know. Brittany Fox sucks. I know I've heard of the band. Every time they ever come on Sirius XM, even as a kid, MTV or whatnot, they suck. Bullet Boys sucks with a passion. Smooth up in yeah. That was a protracted face, wasn't it? Absolutely sucks. If I had to, I could sit through a Britney Fox album without wanting to throw myself into the Grand Canyon. I would jump happily into the Grand Canyon if you put Bullet Boys on. So maybe a couple of those people on the Van Halen page, maybe you want to follow me around playing Bullet Boys. Cinderella sucks. Danger, Danger. I know I had their album because I do like the two. Naughty Naughty is a fun song. Bang Bang is awesome. I love that song. That song is absolutely, absolutely awesome. I can listen to that one on rotation. And I know I had the album, and I think I liked it. Have not heard it probably since long after it came out. Danger, Danger. I know I like 2 songs. Dangerous Toys, Scared. That song's awesome. Beyond that, I don't know anything else from Dangerous Toys. Okay, now we have some question marks. Is Def Leppard a hair metal band? I say no. I absolutely know. In fact, Joe Elliott in one of the interviews, probably one where he said, "When the Book of Rock is written, I want to be as close to the Stones and the Beatles as possible." He said that so many times, it's not even funny. Def Leppard's not hair metal. Hysteria, okay. I mean, if you want to throw that album into a hair metal, fine. Def Leppard's not hair metal. Def Leppard's awesome. First 5 albums. The Steve Clark albums, and yes, I put Adrenalize on the Steve Clark albums. I love them all. Euphoria has some good tracks on it. Then every other album has like 1 or 2, and otherwise they're throwaways. Dokken. I don't consider Dokken a hair metal band. I'm a Fairweather Dokken fan. I have not, for whatever reason, there's no good reason that I can give as to why I did not. I have never really given Dokken the time that band deserves, and I need to fix that. I don't consider Dokken hair metal. Maybe you do, but I don't. Europe hair metal, and I love the hits. I've never listened to an album all the way through. Europe could be a hair metal band that I like. The hits I love. I think they're if the deep tracks are as good as the hits, then yes, I would like Europe. Extreme, like they suck. Faster Pussycat, they suck. Great White sucks. I hate them as much as I hate the Bullet Boys. Another one that's not on here, but I absolutely can't stand. I don't know if they'd be considered hair metal or not. The Cult. That's another one that makes me sick. I can't stand that band. Guns N' Roses. I think you know. Sucks. I love now Slash, Duff, and Steven Adler in other projects. I love. Absolutely love. It's got to be Axl, man. And I've talked about that. GNR is not me. Kicks, I love Cold Blood. That song rocks. I know they had the other song, Don't Close Your Eyes, sucks. Kicks sucks. Lita Ford came up. I don't know if I consider Lita Ford hair metal. Lita Ford's a rocker. She rules. I love Lita Ford. Absolutely. Ellie Gunn, suck. Mr. Big, suck. Motley Crue. All right, let's talk about this. Is Motley Crue hair metal? You got that famous video where MTV asks Nikki Sixx during the Karabi album, what was it? Fire, hairspray, and leather or something? I know it was fire, hairspray, and there's another one. And he walks off all pissed off and whatnot. And then they recut it, and I love it. And because he goes, "This is what you're asking me about, fire, hairspray, and leather." And they go to the videos, and of course there's all fire, fire and a ton of videos. Hairspray from Home Sweet Home, and then Leather, I think, with Nikki with the leather pants on fire. If the last one was Leather. I don't know if it was Leather, but is Motley a hair band? Theater of Pain? Absolutely. I don't think Motley Crue is a hair band. Motley Crue, the first two albums is a heavy metal band. Home Sweet Home, they started the hair metal genre, yes. Quickly did a 180 with Girls, 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 and kind of stuck with it. Stayed as a hard rock, teetering on heavy metal band that just sucked. I mean, Girls, Girls, Girls sucks. I am not buying this theater. I didn't buy the Shout at the Devil box set. They still left off Run for Your Life and Running Wild, which makes me sick. Why would you not put those two songs on that album? What is it, because you have to pay Mick Mars royalties? There's no way I'm buying the Theater of Pain box set. I didn't buy the Shout one. I'm not buying Theater of Pain. I should do Theater of Pain as a review, though, because that album has grown on me a little bit more. Girls, Girls, Girls sucks. When I was a kid, I loved Dr. Feelgood. Yeah. And then everything else sucks. But, yeah, that's my feelings on Motley Crue. Hair band? No. Poison sucks, but I will say this. The Flesh and Blood album I loved. Everything else from Poison I can't stand. The Flesh and Blood album I loved, and I say I still like at least half of it. Still, Ride the Wind is a great song. Life Goes On is a great song. Oh, God, let me pull it up. There's a deep track on that. Poison. No, come on, Poison. Come on, man. I'm trying to do this over my microphone. There is a deep track on that album. Here it is. Yes, okay, track listing that I love. Life Loves a Tragedy. Okay, so let's look at this. This is the only thing I like from Poison. Otherwise, Poison sucks. Life Goes On is awesome. Ride the Wind is awesome. And Life Loves a Tragedy is awesome. Flesh and Blood Sacrifice is okay. Let It Play is okay. No, everything else sucks. I got a good, very, 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 very good friend of mine. And again, I get it. Poison is one of the biggest hair metal bands ever. I got a buddy of mine who is in I don't know if they still play or not. Was in a very, very popular Poison tribute band, cover band, whatever. And I don't know if he wants his name out there or anything, so I'm not going to say who he is. But very successful. God bless him. God bless, and loved Poison. And he played drums, man. He was phenomenal. I actually think and maybe I'm biased because he's my friend. And I have nothing, out of the guys in that band, Ricky Rocket, I think, is the most stand-up guy. I like Ricky Rocket. Every interview I've ever seen, he's a pretty good stand-up guy. I don't think he's a good drummer. I don't think any of them are good musicians. None of them are musicians. But I think my buddy's a better drummer. But I know, I'm wrong. I know a lot of people love, the ticket sales talk. The fat guys talking doesn't mean much. I know a lot of people love Poison. God bless. I think they suck. Rat. Is Rat a hair metal band? I don't think Rat's a hair metal band. I love Rat. I absolutely love Rat. I don't consider them a hair metal band. If they are, then that I guess is the solid hair metal band I love. I don't consider Rat a hair metal band. Quiet Riot. Quiet Riot was on the list. Absolutely not a hair metal band. Obviously, Mental Health is awesome. Condition Critical is okay. I wish I could love those two albums with Randy. I wish I could. They're not good. But, yeah, I like the two albums from Quiet Riot, or at least 1.5 albums from Quiet Riot. I do like Slaughter. And again, not all the way through. There's not like I don't like every song off. off the album, and I only know the first two albums. I only know Stick It To You and The Wildlife. Let's see, what do I like off these albums? Track listing. I like Up All Night. Spend My Life. I love that song. Flight Angel sucks. I hate that song. Desperately rules. Excuse me. Then The Wildlife had, I know that had some songs I liked. I think the one with Shannon Doherty. God, she was beautiful. Real Love, I think that was it. That song's awesome. Days Gone By is a really good song too. The Wildlife isn't bad. It's okay. Again, enough for a short album, 6-song album. Okay, big hair metal fan right here. Skid Row is not a hair metal band. They are not a hair metal band. And again, I love the first two Skid Row albums. First album's good. Slave to the Grind's awesome. Skid Row is not a hair metal band. Striper, never got into. Couldn't say either way. Definitely hair metal, but never got into. Twisted Sister is not a hair metal band. And I think same thing like with Metal Health. Stay Hungry is phenomenal. And then it's spotty from there. But Twisted Sister, yes, I'm a fan of Twisted Sister. They are not hair metal. Tesla, I'm kind of a Fairweather fan. I don't consider them hair metal either. But I don't know. I don't like an entire Tesla album all the way through. Edison's Medicine is probably my favorite. Let's pull it up here, kids. It's the band. Come on, give me discography. Oh, it's Psychotic Summer. It's not Edison's Medicine. That's the one I know I like the most. Edison's Medicine, Call It What You Want. I do like Song and Emotion for Steve Clark. I don't even know. And I respect these guys are musicians. I don't think they're hair metal, but I'm not a big Tesla guy. Just not. All right, who's next? Who's next on this list? I do like Trickster. I like that one album. I don't know why I bought it, but I like it. It's fun. There, you got one. Trickster. I like the one album. The first album. I don't even know if they made a second one. This is the one, man. Warrant. I love the first 3 albums. Hair metal, absolutely. Stupid Hair, Down Boys, Big Talk. You're the only hell your mom ever raised. I don't care. You want to get me as a hair metal guy for 3 Warrant albums, and the third one is not hair metal at all. Fine. You can pin that one on me. Warrant. I love those first 3 albums. Everything after that sucks. Give Warrant. White Lion has a couple of songs that are good. Love Don't Come Easy is my favorite. I do like Wait. I like When the Children Cry. That's about it. So, no, not a White Lion guy. I don't consider Whitesnake hair metal. And it keeps coming up. David Coverdale is not a hair metal. David Coverdale is so the opposite of hair metal. His hair's big. Okay? David Coverdale is an unbelievable musician who knew how to put together bands with other unbelievable musicians that wrote unbelievable songs. Done right there. Whitesnake is not hair metal. Yes, I like Whitesnake. Winger got a few good songs. Kip Winger, God, the poor guy went through hell. Lost his wife. Stupid shirt from Beavis and Butthead, crucified the poor man. Really does kind of break your heart. There's a few songs I like from Winger. If you want, I don't even know if they're considered. I guess they'd be hair metal. But no. So let's see. Who do I really like off this list? Def Leppard, Lita Ford. Throw Motley in there. Rat. Quiet Riot. Skid Row. Twisted Sister. Warrant. Whitesnake. And some of those we can't even include whether or not they're hair metal. Shout the Devil, sure as hell is not a hair metal band or album. High and Dry, On Through the Night are not hair metal. Metal Health is not a hair metal album. Stay Hungry is not a hair metal album. And don't even start talking to me about Whitesnake being hair metal. I have just proven my case. I am not a hair metal guy. So to my friend who, I don't even know who he is, you hair metal, I don't get you hair metal guys. Well, go find one, because I sure as hell aren't one. All right, there's my rant. There's my 2 cents on hair metal. And again, man, if you love hair metal, like one of my closest friends, I've been close friends with the guy since we were 6 years old, man. He lives across the country, but he's still one of my closest friends. He lives and dies. He loves hair metal. He loves Cinderella, loves Bon Jovi, loves Poison, plays in a Poison band. Hi, Randy Bear.
When?
Wait, hey, let me pause. I don't know what you're going to say. Hang on.
I'm done.
Okay, she wants me to check her homework. Never know. Sometimes she comes in and God knows what she's going to say. And the guy, he's one of my closest friends in the world. I have all the respect in the world for him. He loves hair metal. A lot of people love hair metal. God bless them. I'm not going to start calling people idiots and freaking out on them. I'm not a hair metal guy. I'm just not. Not a rap guy. I'm not a country guy. I have my bubble. There's probably going to come a time where I'm not going to have anything else to review. Like my buddy Ralph, who does the Almost Human channel, he could do this for, you look at the records behind him, he could do this for 30 years and maybe still not run out of material. I got my bubble. There's going to be a point where I'm like, man, that's all I got for you. That's it. And it is what it is. But hair metal is not going to be filling that bubble by any means. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening to me rant, complain, and cry and bitch, and whine. And that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you see in the comments. See if my guy who called me a hair metal guy has a comment. And I will see you soon. See ya.